I was.
Okay.
uh,
Yeah. Shit got weird. I mean, there was the fight in the street, and you guys had a fight, and you killed a bunch of. Um, well, you ended a bunch of life, which is your specialty.
I'd call them cackling maniacs.
Cackling fiends is the clinical term. But yeah, we got into a fight with a bunch of drug crazed maniacs that someone created. Oh, that was Chuck. Um, uh, and also some lawmen, a sheriff as you were calling him, coming to bring you in for your crimes on the road. Everybody died. Everybody's dead. Everybody's dead, Dave. Except for Bommy. She made it out. She escaped. And a few of the cackling fiends, but, you know, they probably got into trouble somewhere and eventually got stabbed to death. But we all made it to the boat, one way or another. To Dinsley's harbor. To Dinsley's boathouse. I didn't look up the proper term for what that was.
I think it's a boathouse.
But a boathouse is a house. That's a houseboat. Maybe it is a boathouse. Okay. You gotta.
That's how you
What is
do.
it? Strike that. Reverse it. There we go. These are the dreams of. We are the dreamers of dreams. So Chuck came in. There was a kerfuffle.
Yeah, and it was entirely Densley's fault. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Well, we worked it out. That's the important thing. We found a compromise, right?
Yeah, I mean, let's be real here. We're probably still gonna end up killing him.
Okay.
Probably. I'm gonna probably end up killing him.
All right.
Wait a second, what was the compromise?
What was the compromise, Chuck?
I got nah. So like, we going on the boat with him, and we gonna keep him from getting killed. But like, he ain't gonna pay us. But like, that was the deal the whole time. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it was along the lines of he's basically cutting ties with you once you're in
Oh yeah.
the swamp. Yeah. Um. So that came to a head, and everything was going fine. We were about to take off, and then Gorlin burst in. Uh, do you care to explain yourself, Gorlin?
Yes. Basically, I got. I first off, I saw Baming following me after I extracted some nice information from the sheriff. He did die screaming. But most importantly, he screamed the right thing. He informed me that I am not officially part of the temple anymore. So, yeah, I end up killing him by mistake. I wanted to torture him a bit more.
Okay. So when you grabbed his head and turned it 180 degrees backward, that was a mistake.
Yes. Should have lasted longer.
Humans
Your
in there.
head can't do that.
He did offend me. He did offend me.
He did.
He did not. He wasn't cooperative.
Okay. I mean, okay. Sociopathy aside, what did you decide to do after that?
I decided to end my life with honor. That's some Sasani thing. You open your belly, and your friend chop your head off. Chuck wasn't there for me. Chuck, I remember that. But I tried opening my belly, but is very hard with such nice abs as mine. So,
Okay.
sweet abs aside, uh, Heracles saved my life by stabbing me through the heart. And a bearded guy offered me something.
Yeah, what happened, Heracles? Gorlin is confused.
So I saw Gorlin, trying to give himself this ritualistic suicide, with honor, which he did not deserve. So I drove the dog-tooth spear into his heart, forcing him in his last death to make a deal with me. And making a deal with me as a servant of death, he spun it around and gave me another offer that I accepted. His offer was that he would, in exchange for his life, for staying alive. He's, I believe he's dead, right? Dead. He's like wrapped up or whatever.
Yeah, he comes to in a day or two, but yeah.
In exchange for his life, he must spread the word of the Black Skull. Or he offered to spread the word of the Black Skull to the Sistani. Which probably means destroying.
I really like the town. I don't like towns. I don't like people. I like that town and that people.
Well, you like the flavor of people.
Just the brains, just delicious.
Okay. Well, that's where we find ourselves. On Dinsley's trade ship. Headed into the swamp, to use the parlance.
The swamp.
But we're not gonna have you. I mean, it's gonna take you like 2 or 3 days to get there, right? So we're not gonna go 2 or 3 days, minute by minute. What I've done is we've got another love letter between. Well, you've left Fatalia in a state of chaos and trouble. But you haven't escaped unscathed. While Dinsley has agreed to take you to the Frogmen Tribe in order to pursue your adventure, there is still the danger of the law following you here. It won't take long for the authorities you've escaped for now to determine where you've run off to. And the dangers of the swamp are just as many, if not more. You'll have some time to prepare for the upcoming challenges, but not enough to mitigate all of the danger. Choose one option below that best describes your contribution to the efforts of the group during your journey to the swamp. So there are 3 of you, so I gave you 5 options. When you keep an eye out for trouble, you go up into the nest and watch if anybody's following you, anything like that. That'll be plus wisdom. When you scout the swamps for a safe haven, also wisdom. Safe haven is like finding a safe place for the ship to hide, right? So they don't just sail by the coast and be like, oh, there they are. When you try to negotiate a deal with Dinsley, like maybe we're not okay with this whole severing ties things, or we want to make sure he's not going to screw us over in the end, that'll be charisma. And when you consult maps and charts of the swamp, roll plus intelligence. You may have to go places in the swamp other than just the Frogmen Tribe. And when you work with the crew to keep the ship in shape, roll plus strength. So, does anybody have an idea of what they want to do?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I'm assuming that we'll get to make camp at some point.
Yeah.
But we haven't already, right?
Yeah, this is all sort of part and parcel with making camp. You can.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. I mean, I'll scout for a safe haven. Like me and Louis, we know the swamp, right? Like we swamp folk, and we gonna find them little rivulets.
Okay.
You know the rivulets that the ship can go up in a little way, and then they gonna sail all past us, and they ain't gonna see shit.
All right. So, Chuck is going to scout the swamps. Gorlin and Heracles, what are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna keep an eye out for trouble.
Okay.
I'm gonna climb that thing there, stay alone a little bit, clear my head. Like, use my new, fresh black eye to look around me.
All right. And Heracles.
Yeah, I'll work with the crew.
Okay. So that's wisdom from Gorlin, that's wisdom from Chuck, and that is strength from Heracles.
Do I heal any abilities by any chance, or only with the potion or chirurgeon?
We'll get to that. Not off this roll, and not from the downtime you receive. No, there's no specific doctor in place, but... Okay.
It's gonna be a pretty roll. Oh.
All right, I have a second question. Because this impacts the roll. Do I get my luck back now or later? 'Cause I get it when I make camp, right?
Okay, yeah, you got it back.
Okay, that's. I'm just wondering because I had a -1 ongoing. If I get it back, then...
Kablam! So, yeah, and if you guys need to heal, like I said, it's been 2 or 3 days. All that kind of stuff. So you get up to full hit points. Now we can get to the options. But you've all gained useful information or a boon. And I think that... Yeah, it's going to be a boon for all of you. So Heracles, you working with the crew day in, day out, right? Helping them move, manage heavy lifting and things. I mean, you're not really a sailor, but you're still a good laborer.
And maybe I learned a few things while on the ship of Drago.
Sure, yeah.
This isn't my first boat ride.
That's right. You can learn a lot of things on Drago's boats. But the ship is safe and sound. Between Chuck and Heracles, it's in good order, and you found like a nice place up in a rivulet, right, where the ship could be moored without being seen. And Gorlin, it was probably the 3rd day, probably just before you all broke toward the shore to try and find a landing, that you did spy a ship coming behind you. And So you spot this ship, and you describe it and everything to everyone. And Heracles would know that ship you're describing. Heracles, that is the ship of Masood. Basir Masood is definitely in pursuit. But you've evaded him. You've hid yourself from them. You know that he's coming. He's gonna probably... Well, I don't know. You don't know exactly what he's gonna do. So that's all the useful information and the boons you guys get. Cool. We'll get to the other two that you didn't cover later on, here in a second. But you all also get to get some useful stuff from the hold, recruit a hireling from the crew, or take preparation for pursuing goals in the swamp. Heracles, you get 2 of those. Chuck, you get 2 of those. And Gorlin, you get to pick one of those options. And when it says dig up useful piece of gear, I mean pretty much anything except like a magical artifact. Yeah, Dinsley's got a lot of stuff down in his hold. He's a mover and a shaker.
Useful piece of gear. I don't know, man. I don't really want a hireling after the last 2 we had.
Yeah, I was thinking, do I have to roll recruit for the hireling?
No, you're just gonna get one.
And he's gonna be from the crew, right?
Yeah, it's from Dinsley's crew. Yeah.
So it's trustworthy, guys. Don't worry.
Are they all humans, or are they a motley crew?
Dinsley's crew, they're definitely motley. Yeah.
Does he have any goblins?
Goblins.
I want a goblin.
Mm,
I'm only interested in hiring if there's a goblin.
I like the way you think.
I mean, sure, there's a goblin, yeah.
Us greenies gotta stick together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I find a useful piece of gear from the hold? Something related, maybe a book or a bag of books?
A bag of books, absolutely. Yeah, you find a bunch of useful books on various topics down in Dinsley's hold. Stuff them into a bag. Should be helpful.
Yeah, I totally steal it.
Heracles, Chuck?
What does hold preparation for
Preparation.
pursuing goals mean?
Yeah, preparation.
I
You,
was thinking about that too.
you spend it. It's boon points, right? You spend it, you get a +1 to a roll.
A boost.
Just like any roll you want.
Yeah. I'm only specifying that it's for pursuing your goals in the swamp. So at the end of the session, you'd lose them. Or at the end of the adventure, you'd lose them.
Yeah. Okay.
But, yeah, for the rest of the adventure, you'd have them.
I'm taking 2 hold.
Okay. Heracles takes 2 preparation. And just so we say this up front, on any roll, you can only spend 1 preparation.
That's fine. I only need to roll a 13.
Cool.
I want a goblin, Justin. Give me a goblin.
All right, I've already got him in mind. His name is Batshit.
Oh, good.
Do you have a preference for skills?
I mean, I guess, but I don't know what that preference would be. I don't know. I feel like he'd probably be a burglar or something.
Okay. Burglar and what else? My instinct is either, he's a scrappy, like, sea salt, and so he'll have warrior, or he's from the swamp and they use him to, like, he's a guide, right, for them to search stuff, so he'd be tracker.
Yeah, that makes the most sense. And I like that. I like the idea of bringing more swamp folk into this world anyway, so...
I'd say, think of him like, what's our weakness here? Maybe he's good at talking, yeah? Maybe he's a diplomat of some sort. Just an idea.
I mean, maybe that makes sense, right? Like, he's the guy that Denzely sends in to, like...
Okay.
Cut deals before Denzely shows up.
I mean, he could be a minstrel instead. I mean, they don't really add to parlay at all. But...
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, if he's got burglar, I don't really care what the other one is. As long as it's not, like, adept or something goofy.
Okay, let's go burglar tracker. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so there he is. There's Batshit. And what's your other one? Chuck, you get two.
I want to hold.
Okay, take a preparation. Okay, so as your ship finds mooring up in a rivulet, I think you arrive late in the day, and there's like one more night of camp, right? And that Dinsley says, we'll go to the Frog Town tomorrow. And at that point, he's like, then we sever ties. Ollie ollie oxen free, pretty much, right? Now, we do get a scene, like a little side swipe. The first thing, we see the outside of that mansion that Heracles saw before. Like the mayor's mansion in front, in Fatalia. And it's during the day, and we hear voices screaming. And one of them, we'd recognize it from before, though it's screaming now, as the mayor's voice, or whoever that guy was. And he's saying, this is unacceptable, this is ridiculous. You people have come here, and there've been no shortage of trouble. I can't even imagine the terror that's been caused, kind of thing. And he's going on and getting even more animated and animated. And we come into like a little meeting room, and there's the mayor just standing over a guy. And the guy is sort of thin, and he's got a well manicured beard, and sort of a long, slim robe on. And he's just seated. He's got a few like big rings on, and the mayor's just standing over this guy, like spitting on him, right, and screaming, pointing at his face. And yeah, and he says, "And I want to know what your damned emperor is going to do," kind of thing. And the guy sits there calmly, like doesn't react to being screamed at or have a finger pointed at him. And he says, we can only beg your apologies. Basir Masood will be punished. But first, his first step of punishment is to pursue those at fault. He hired them. He brought them here. The second is to secure your town. We have soldiers on the way. And they will be under your command. They will do nothing that you don't want them to. And the third is to stop all traffic into your city. From the Empire or from any Baymont under the Emperor's keeping. He says, you have my word as Vizier. And yeah, so we come back to the boat. And people are milling around as you all are getting up. And there's sort of nervous talk. And they probably avoid Chuck and Gorlin at first. But they do come over to Heracles when they see him. And one of them comes over Heracles and says, there's a problem. He says, there are 4 life rafts. And he points around the boat, but you only see 3. He says, well, there's one missing. Dinsley and 3 or 4 men are gone. He says they must have gone in the night.
Man, I'm so tired of getting sold out by everybody in this fucking swamp.
He says, we don't know where they've gone. And they're looking at kind of the 3 of you, a little terrified. All right, there's like a dozen of them.
Yeah, but we the biggest gators in the swamp.
That's right. Yeah, and they're looking around, realizing they have not really any bargaining chips left. Or that their only bargaining chips are that we're alive and we can drive the boat. But looking at them, you don't really suspect any, like, collusion with Dinsley on this. He's abandoned them as much as he's abandoned you. Yeah. Of course, you have your suspicions about where he's gone, right? But, it doesn't look like they're covering for him. It looks like they're scared too, right? They're also thinking about that big warship floating up the rivulet and burning all of them to death. But what do you guys do?
Yeah, so I think what I do, I've been working with these guys, right? Pulling ropes.
Yeah.
Lugging things around them. So right, fine. Dinsley has made his way off, but we need to make sure that we stay hidden from whatever that is. And I point off like wherever we saw the boat.
Sure. Yeah, and one of them sort of reiterates what you're getting from them, and he says, we don't know where he's gone as much as you haven't, so And he kind of looks around. He says, we're in this together, I think.
Exactly. So, leave Denzili to the wind. Come with us. We'll make sure that you're all safe.
Shit. Yeah, me and Louis here, we real good at scaring people away. Show him, Louis, and I'll like toss him like I was like gutting fish or whatever for dinner, and I'll like toss him a fish.
Sure. And it hits the deck, and he just looks at it. So it'd be real embarrassing if I didn't eat this, huh?
Yeah, you. Yeah, so like Louis, he not hungry.
Oh, and then he just like eats the crap out of it. And it's just fish pieces going everywhere. He's like, yeah. Even
He
Rolf.
did that for the moral support. Show you guys he means it.
I say, that's Louis not hungry, and I throw like some human meat that I had in my bag for him to eat as well.
Okay, he eats that too, and he's like, all right, I think they get it. Could use some dessert.
Nah, Louis, we got saved him. We got saved him cookies in case we need to be slinging them at fools. You know how it be when you in the swamp and you need to sling cookies at fools. You get it, Louis. You get it. Smart kid.
Yeah, he just sort of grumbles. Last time you go to sleep in a swamp, motherfucker.
And the thing I want to like reiterate to them is, Denzili, he left you out there.
Yeah.
I've been working with you all in the muck, shoulder to shoulder. Denzili does not have your back. I do. Just follow me.
Oh yeah, they say we talked about it a little bit. Glad we're in agreement. We were thinking we leave one or two here to hide in case he's gone to them. Right, if he leads them to the boat, we'd want to know that. If not, the rest of us go with you to where you're headed. Try to wait it out. Something. He says, we know where the frog town is. We're pretty friendly with them. We do a lot of trading. Yeah, we can help.
I wave my hands in front of him, like trying to explain myself. If I want to have this boat for me, is there any paper that tells people that this is mine?
Well, no, there's
Something like this?
He says, well, no, there's papers telling people that it's Denzili's, but
Yeah, but he a chicken shit.
Can I have this paper?
yeah, they look around and they say, so we're in this together, and we're willing to help you all. But if Denzili's gone and he's left this ship, we've been working for that scumbag for decades. And he just kind of shrugs.
You probably have the wrong impression of us, because we have an orc.
Yeah, like when I come from the swamp, everybody's always they racist all the time. Like it's real shitty. But like me and Louis, we's good guys. You got the wrong impression of us.
No, I think I get it. You're not bloodthirsty maniacs. You see a boat that's apparently been abandoned by its owner and you want to claim it. Right?
Yes.
Well, I think we have priority in terms of claiming the boat.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it would be right.
Yeah, and they're super nervous, right? They know at any second.
Gorlin's gonna kill them.
We're just gonna take it, right?
Hey man, Chuck has never done any aggressive anything to anybody. It's all been self-defense.
Same with Gorling. He was self-defending Chuck when he killed the peasant.
And yeah, and he like waves. He says, "Look, that's not even the point. We don't even know if there's going to be a boat here tomorrow, right? If Dinsley went to them, that's not anybody's boat, right? That's somebody else's boat now."
I pointed him. There better not be a boat here tomorrow. They have to be away from here. Further.
Yeah, you're right.
I look around at the guys. I don't think these guys know what we're doing. We're trying to get away. Like a look desperate.
He says, "Well, where are you trying to go?"
The frog people.
We had to walk.
Oh my god.
He says, it's too far inland for us to land the boat there. It's not a seaside, right? They're not a port. They're frogs. If you want to get closer to it, we'd be stopping the boat on the shore. At which point the other guys see it. Not to mention that they just see us.
Does this guy who's doing all this talking have a name?
Sure. This is
Francisco.
This is Francisco. Yeah. He's like the botswain. The bosun.
Yeah.
Botswain. I knew how to say that word and I fucked it up. He's the bosun.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, what was it again? Francisco?
Francisco. Yeah. He's like, "Look, we leave this rivulet. They're probably out there scouring the shore. They see us. They attack us. They've got weapons. They're a warship. We're mostly good for storing and smuggling things, so we die."
True. You shall be the captain of the ship.
He says, "I don't know. We haven't talked rank or anything."
You better. Quickly.
And he says, "Right now I'm the bosun and the boys listen to me. So how's that for you? Does that work?"
Yeah, so like, you the captain.
No, he's the bozo.
He's like, "You want to get strict into the laws of succession? Sure. I'm acting captain."
Yeah, but like, so you on a boat, and whoever everybody be listening to is the captain, and they all listening to you. So you the captain.
Chuck, these humans don't make sense.
That's what we
You have
call
to
it.
understand.
Succession is how
It's
it's
called-
how in the
I
swamp.
know. The leader should be called captain, but the humans don't think like this. They have.
So Heracles, he like looks at you like, is there any way to move on?
No.
I just look at him, just, aye, Captain. And I just start looking at the dinghies by myself.
I pointed Heracles. He understands. You see?
Oh, okay.
And I go off as well.
Well, you start doing the dinghies, and he's like, wait, no. You can't row there. We have to walk.
You ain't never been in the swamp, huh? It ain't like you walking around. It's like you wading through the water and you swimming, most like.
He's like, that's fine. I've been to this swamp, and the dinghies aren't going to get us there. We could be walking, gentlemen. Besides, there's no room for an alligator.
Suppose he-
Lead the way.
Okay. Yeah, he points out two guys. And he's like, I want to give them goofy pirate names. One is called Butterbean. And the other is...
Butterbean.
Yeah, Butterbean. He's the cook.
Of course.
Ship's cook, Butterbean, and Mr. Caro.
Ah, the traitor. Got it.
Yeah, and he's like, Mr. Butterbean, Mr. Caro. Set up camp. Don't get seen. Anybody comes, you run straight to us. Rest of you, load it up. Yeah, and they start disembarking the ship. And you guys are just trekking through the swamp now. Are you doing anything while you're trekking there?
Also, like, last I heard about these the froggy people, right? Like, they go around and they got them them big old neck pouches, you know, that they fluff them up and they that's what they make their sounds with.
Sure.
But like I heard from a very reliable source, it's Louis. That then the skin underneath the outside skin in them neck pouches, it lets it get all elasticy. It's got like one of them real strong poisons in it, you know, like what I'm saying when you eat the frog person and you die.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to just spout lore about Frogtown.
All right, let's see.
I say, can I help? Can I aid him?
Oh yeah.
Sure. What have you heard about frog people?
Frog people, yeah, I heard that some of them are poisonous as well, and I heard that they don't sweat. They sweat all the time, man. They smell like shit.
Well, yeah, but that's like everything in the swamp.
I know. Okay. So you're raising the stakes. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know Guava. You've met Guava, so maybe he's told you some stories or something.
Yeah, definitely. He told
Okay.
me that. Yeah, he told me that they love using bone weapons. Like they have some ritualistic bone weapons that they use from their kills.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. Roll to aid check.
Chuck, I have a book if you need to confirm that information.
Nah, man. When you in the swamp, ain't no book worth nothing.
Ain't no book, nothing.
Okay, so that's my aid. The same as my dex.
Check me out.
You in the swamp. ... Ain't no book. ... Nothing. Alright. We have to post that in
I
forum
just want to
later.
say that I'm rolling this intelligence at a +3.
Sweet.
Okay, Chuck.
Good job, Chuckles. Well, the frog people, they are actually dangerous. They're dangerous fighters. But it's not because of poison.
Is that it? That's
I
it,
mean,
right?
for an 8, you know it's not poison, and you know, but they are skilled fighters. I'll give you this also. There's 2 kinds of frog people.
Ah, 2 flavors.
2 flavors.
Don't
Yeah.
eat good, Louis.
That's what you get. What about you, Heracles? Are you doing anything during the travel?
Yeah. Okay. So I leveled, and I'm going to be taking. I have devoted, so I'm gonna go ahead and take. What is that? Apotheosis. I think it's funny. I'm gonna start, like, while they're like getting us closer and stuff. Yeah, never mind. I'm not praying. It doesn't make sense to be praying. So I'm just keeping an eye on it.
Okay. So you've got the move, but you haven't prayed yet for it. We're gonna save that for in the session. Cool. Okay. I'm okay with that.
I'm not. Pray, Dave.
Pray.
Pray, man.
You better pray. Okay. That's good. Let's take a break. We're at an hour. We're close to getting back on time. But yeah, we're gonna get to the frog town. We're gonna meet some frogs, and it's gonna be gross.
Who's gonna leak the frog?
What do you give me if I say it?
I'm trying to convince Cameron and Eric to help me make T-shirts that say it.
Okay.
Give you a shirt.
Well, that's gonna be 5 minutes, y'all.
Nice.